All right, so how's everybody doing tonight? Hope y'all are doing well. Leslie Ann, I'm praying for you. I'm keeping you in my prayers. I know things have not been easy for you, but I'm thinking about you, praying for you, all that stuff. Anybody else with issues, I feel for you. So everything's been tough lately. I know that. I know Chris was talking about they had a fire there. That was a while back, and now they're going to open two stores, and he's working his tail off, and he's about to go open one of the others, help open one of the other stores, and so he's been busy. I've been busy. We wound up losing a guy, and I've been having to cover it. I actually did 10 days straight. I was supposed to do 12 days straight of 14-hour day. Well, some days are 12 hours. The weekends are 12 hours, but on the weekdays it's 14-hour days. Getting 8 hours sleep by the time I get home. I mean, it's 10 hours by the time I get home and get the kids fed and get them situated. I get to bed, and then by the time I gotta wake up, it's about 8 hours sleep after working 14. So I haven't been on lately, and I apologize. I know it's like every couple of weeks I have an excuse, but this is these are legitimate excuses. But anyway, I wanted to get into this UFO thing, and this is not the final video. I just want to bring out some stuff on this because NASA, somebody, a spokesperson for NASA, and hopefully I'll get all this down by then, said that it was probably ice coming off of this. A lot of people speculating it's a UFO, and it's definitely an object, and I'll be able to point that out in the final video of the difference between ice and whatever this object is. All right, but let's start with this video. I'm going to go ahead and click over to this. I have to mute the sound because I don't want to get a copyright strike. Okay, so this was the launch on, oh my gosh, I think it was August 23rd of 2021, and Chris actually talked about this in the live chat. If you haven't, if you weren't there live in the chat, I would watch the review on that because they actually brought out a few things, not just on this, but some other things too that were pretty interesting. But this one caught my eye, and I said during the chat I was going to have to do a video on this. Well, I'm going to wind up doing this video just to whet your appetite a little bit, and then the final video to present everything once I get it done modeled. I'll show you what I got modeled so far. But this right here is the launch in question. All right. And if you go in here to about the 4-hour and 40-minute section, this is the part where the second stage separates. Okay. And you have the capsule and I guess it's called the orbiter, whatever the portion is that takes them up to final orbit, and then they before re-entering the atmosphere, once they come back, they'll separate from that stage and come back. So this is that second stage. It's a two-stage rocket. So the first stage separates, then you have the second stage that will separate later, and that's about 12 minutes into the launch. So some things to note on this before we get into the video is, at this point, they are just coasting, all right? They've already made it into the low Earth orbit. There still is a slight gravitational pull, so they do have very, very light gravity. But you can even see in here where the astronauts are moving around because they're starting to feel the weightlessness. And there is an object that actually comes into screen. It'll actually come from the right. It looks like it's falling away from the craft, but then all of a sudden it makes a 90-degree turn and cuts across in front of the second stage. And between the Crew Dragon capsule and the second stage is where this thing cuts between. And it'll be hard to see, and that's why I got to get the rest of the images processed and get them cleaned up, brightened up, everything, so you'll be able to see this better. But here is the live from, this was from the live when it launched, and I've got it queued up to just before that second stage separates, and that happens at 12 minutes into the launch. Like I say, in this part, you can even see the Earth already. They are out in space, and they're looking down on the Earth, and there is still microgravity. Well, there's always microgravity, but it's a little stronger, but they are basically weightless at this point. So whatever this object is, it's falling away from the craft. All right, and there's no atmosphere at this point, and there's no gravity to make this thing turn and scoot across your view from right to left, and you're going to see that. So here we go. We're going to take a look at this. And I think I didn't queue it up far enough because it should be at 12 minutes. Let's go a little farther. Here. Okay, let me pause it right here. Okay, so now you're looking, this camera angle is looking down at that second stage. This right here is the second stage. All right, and this is right before these, I believe these are part of those explosive bolts that they blow, and then the stage will separate. And I think they blow from the outside, not the inside, obviously. So these pieces will stay intact right here, but these, I believe, are these may be the explosive bolts that separate. Let's find out. I know these don't move. So they're already starting to feel the weightlessness. We're coming up on it. It's at 12 minutes right now, and it's actually 7 seconds or so after this right here. Okay, there we go. So at 12 minutes and 9 seconds, this is where it started to separate. All right, and you get a pretty good view of the inside here. And then the sun is going to be up here and to your left, so it's going to kind of you're going to get some sun rays, and it's going to make it hard to see, sadly. And I don't know what color this object is because the sun is behind it and the Earth, so both are reflecting light back towards you. All right, so here we go. There's that second stage separating. There's the glare of the sun. Okay, so I'm going to pause it right about here. So this object is going to come in from here, and it actually looks like it passes the second stage, and then it will dart across, so it either comes back forward or it stops unless the second stage pass it, or it changes direction. And well, it obviously changes direction because it comes straight across here. Here we go. There it is, right there. Okay, and you can see it comes right in front of this stage right here. Now this is hard to back up because it's such a long video, so trying to move this slider just enough. No, that's too far. Okay, so let's look at that one more time. Okay, like I say, it's hard to get it just right. Now I want you to look how this thing just comes all the way across and off screen to the left. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There we have separation. Sun glare is going to come right there. And here's this object. It looks like, see how it's floating down, and then it just zips across here, right in front of that second stage. So NASA was saying that this is probably ice, but if we go back a little ways here, anywhere through here, we will see debris. Can we see it from there? Well, there's some ice coming off. Let's see. Somewhere, got a good view of that ice coming off. Like I say, it's hard to get Okay. Let's see if we can see it there. It's gonna change angles. And you can look at the velocity of this thing. I mean, it's just, we went too far back. It's so hard to get. Okay, and you're gonna see there's a piece. Did you see that piece come off? Let's do that again. Can we get it? There's a piece that actually flies off. I don't know what it was. Come on. Did I miss it? But you'll see ice come off here and there, and it just shoots straight out. It doesn't change directions, especially when they get up in orbit. Wow, this is way too far back. This is 2 minutes in. Okay, here we go. There's a piece there. See how something just broke loose right here? And you can see it's like a band or something. All right. Boom. Do you see that? Oh, gosh. This is so hard to get it just right. Okay. I'm going to show you one more time. I don't want to make this too long because this is just a preliminary until I get everything modeled. I tell you, trying to get this just right. Okay, is it right here? No, we're still way too far back. That's too far forward. I think I went too far forward because now it's. There we go. There's those pieces that broke off, and then you see the thing just getting hot and beautiful. But anyway, that's that. And then, like I say, we get we're going to get ice particles. You can see it better in this shot. This is the first stage, I think, as it's going to make us landing back on the drone ship. And then this is our second stage. And you'll see little ice particles floating off the screen, and they're very white. Whatever this object is, it is not translucent like the ice is, and it's solid. Could it be a UFO? Yes. Could it be a piece that came off of the craft? I don't know. Obviously, it wasn't anything too special or stuff that they needed. And one more thing I want to point out. Let's see if I can get to it. Once again, this is not very user-friendly here for this. Okay. I don't want to loop. I do that. All right. One more thing I want to point out about this. Are we playing? Yeah, we're playing. Is that this thing is rotating kind of like this. Would it be this way? I think it was rotating this way. Anyway, as it rotates, let's say there was still some atmospheric pressure or there, but I don't think so based on the things that, well, they're coasting, so it can't be any atmospheric pressure and gravity. But the way this thing is tilted when it starts to fly off the screen, it's not angled to where air would push it this way. In order to push something this way, it would have to be tilted like this, and it's not really tilted in that direction. But that's, I mean, they could argue, anybody could argue that part. My point is the ice, look, you got debris and you got ice. See how lightly colored these pieces are? And they're tiny. They're tiny. Okay, this is not tiny. It's not huge, but it's not tiny. There you go. And it seems to be octagonal shape. You got one here, one side here, 3 right there, the 4th one across the bottom, 5, Oh, hexa. I swear it was octagonal. Hold on. I know it is. Part. Okay. Let's look at this again because I'm pretty sure the still I took of it. Oh, I'll just show you the still of it. You can see 8 sides to it. Okay. Coming up. 6 seconds. Alright, you're going to see ice. See the ice and stuff? All of it's white. All of it's reflective. Right? See all the little white pieces? This thing is not white. It comes across the screen and off and down to the left. Alright? And it stays dark the entire time. I don't believe for a second it's ice. But there you go. That's it. So let me show you what I've done. Let's get rid of this. And I've taken some stills. Let's see, where's the first one? Okay. So here's the first one I took from the, what was it, Good Morning America? And you can see it's 8-sided. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So it's actually octagonal. And this is enhanced a little bit. I lightened this up a little bit just so we could kind of get a little view between the glare of the sun and everything. And I also lightened this up and try to bring out some detail. It kind of looks like windows right here. I think I mentioned that in the chat. Kind of looks like it's got these windows. Every other section has these dark parts right here. I thought that was kind of interesting. So it kind of looks like, you know, it could be windows, could be anything. If it's a UFO, maybe it's windows. I don't know. If it's a piece of something, maybe these are hollow through here. If it's a piece of the craft or something. But it's not overly big, you can tell. It's not small, but it's not overly big. So I took that one. Let's see, which other one have I enhanced? Do I have it? Oh, here's another one. This is as it's pivoting. Let's see if I can get this over here. Oops. I hate when I do that. Okay, so this is as it's rotating. And we're getting a kind of side view of it. I had one more, but I must have not saved it when I clipped it. So I don't know if the shape is morphing or, like I say, it looks like it's spinning. It's not quite spinning quite vertically. It's actually sitting at an angle, kind of like this, and then it's rotating around the axis there. So there you go. I got more images, but I haven't processed all of them yet. But what I want to show you is what I'm working on in the model. Oops. So I've kind of started here, and with that first one that I clipped, this is the first image that I clipped. And I lightened this, like I say, and I just started basically, oops, that's not, there we go. I just basically started modeling this thing on top. And when you look at the side view of this thing, click on it, there we go. It looks like it's got this ridge around it on that backside. So it looks a little bit wider. And then you got your 8 sides. And it almost seems to be smooth or rounded at the top. And I'll work on this a little bit. The material is just a basic material right now. Something I created that just to give it some sort of shape. And so I went ahead and modeled that. Definitely not done with it. Got some stuff to do on it. I think I got it a little wide still. I think I need to thin it out to about here. But we'll work on that. And then just so I can show this part here a little better, I went ahead and started modeling a SpaceX Falcon Heavy with a Crew Dragon on top. I'm going to go ahead and hide this so you can see what we got modeled. and I haven't textured it yet. I was working on it, but okay, this is the part that separates. The camera that you were looking at was in here on, well, this side. It doesn't matter which side because we don't know what orientation the capsule was in. So it's got these fins on it, but you were looking from basically inside of here at this stage as it's separating. So if we grab, I hope I don't remember, did I? No, I didn't. So as this thing is starting to separate from the rest of it, okay, you're actually up in this portion in here where this would be where the camera is, and you're looking down at the rest of the second stage. Okay, and that's the second stage here. Let's see, I can't see where my lines are, but this should be the first stage. Did I grab the first? Yeah, so that's the first stage down there, and I haven't modeled the rockets on the bottom, but there you go. That's what we got so far. So hopefully I get this done in the next day. I haven't forgot about our spear one that we did a live on. I may do a live this week. Hit me up in the comments and let me know if you want me to do a live on the second part of that, or you just want it as a video. Let's see, open recent. Where are we at? Where's the spear? Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, we had started on. We did the live on it, and you've got this spear. And you know what? Let me just hide this box right here. Am I in edit mode? Yes, I am. There we go. Now I can hide it. Alright, so we have this spear right here, and this, what looks like some sort of box. So I haven't forgot about that. We're going to get back to that, and let me know in the comments if you want a live, and I'll do a live. Otherwise, I'll just post it as a video when I get it done. I'm almost done with that. There's some other pieces that are laying around in here, like that one I just noticed. Looks like it's got a round cylinder at the bottom, maybe a handle or something at the top, or a fin that comes up. That doesn't look like a rock. NASA says it's a rock. But there you go. So we'll get back to that one, whether you want it live or whatever. Just let me know, and I can do a live. I am off until, what day do I go back? I think Friday I go back. So I'll be working on some of this. I got some other stuff to do. We got home late today, so I didn't get as much done on that as I wanted. But you guys take care of yourselves. Try to stay healthy. I know it's tough during these times. And we shall see you on the next video.